Hi friends, this is Deepalavi from 10th standard. So here, before going to the class, I want to say a small story. So, there was a beautiful forest and so many people are living there. So, by that, most of the people are like animals are living the forest. So, I have observed that. So, here, many of the people without the oxygen, they are living there. So, how the oxygen is important to us, like that elements of communication is also important. So here first we are going to learn about the introduction, what is communication, elements of communication, importance of communications, skills of communication, and lastly we have to be conclude. So next we have objectives like definition of communication. Yes, we are communicating each other means we have to know what we are speaking. Explain about the elements of communication. Explain nature and process of communication. Types of communication. So, what is communication? Yes, communication means communication has started from the earlier time and also it is a communicating each other by the two persons. So, what we are communicating each other, we have to be very perfect in that language. In this time, many of the people are communicate with the languages like, see, peacock, how the peacock speaks, like meow, meow, like that, right? So, how the parrot and hen, monkey, dog, like monkey means, oh, like that. They say in their language and in their communication. And how the oxygen is important to us, elements of communication is also important. Without the oxygen, there is no life to us. Like that, elements of communication, if we not present, there is no life to us. So, what is communication? Nowadays, the people are raising such type of questions. What is communication? How the communication is started? Yes, communication means it's a process of passing information understandable way and from one person to another person. See, there are many types of communication. Means by doing actions and doing expressions, by explaining our matter, like that many of communications are present. So, what we are concluding means here, the communication is started from earlier times. Not only in the languages, communication is most important. See, the two persons are what they are doing, they are communicating each other, one person to another person. Communicator can help to their feelings of ideas and expressions their feelings and all the things they share one person to another person. The communication is happening there here, the one person to another person. It is most thing what we are observing here. So, the two people are communicating each other. Elements of communication, yes. How the elements of communication is important to us? Communication is most important in that by the presenting of elements of communication. First we are going to learn about the sender. What senders do? Yes, sender is called as a communicator. See, I am a sender. You the people are listening my words. You are the receiver. Who is the sender here? Me, I am the sender. So, the people are converting all my message, they are called as a sender. It is a source and also communicator who can be able to command, research, all the things is called as a sender. So, next I want to say one example that for the sender we can use that, Mom, can you give some water to me? Yes, who is the sender here to me? My mom is a sender. What she said, Pallavi, please can you give some water? I am so thirsty. So here my mother is saying to me, give some water. So she is a sender, I am a receiver. So these are the example of a sender. Next, a message. What the message does? It is an a texted type and also it can able to be an understand and the sender is what the sender is saying to me. So the sender can help to me what the message is going on. So, it is in text type, it gives the ideas and feelings, all the things as give the message. And messenger can help to me that the sender what the message is going on. Example, what the managers do the staff, hey, what a new product has came. So, I want to give the message to my staff members. See, I am the third ranker of my class. So, my teacher has came that to say, Pallavi, you got first rank in SC1. So, she is giving a new product to me, means new message to me. So, in our day-to-day life, these elements of communications, processing is important to us. So, what is encoding? Next, we are going to learn about the encoding. Yes, all the people are saying that encoding. What is encoding? Encoding means See, by doing of actions, not only in the communication, by doing of actions, all the things including the encoding. Encoding persons do that. See, I am near the dormitory and my teacher near the dining hall. So my teacher is calling to me, Pallavi, come here, come here. So she is telling to me that by the actions, she is waving her hands, come here Pallavi, come here. So come here like this. So she is giving the importance to me by the action and symbols. So we have to use the symbols in the encoding process. See, next we are going to learn about the decoding. Yes, we have learned about the decoding. So decoding helps to us. I am an Indian person. I don't know what the languages speak in China. So when I was going to the China, I speak in Telugu. So they saw me in a magical way. So they're communicating me like that. Hey, just watch, listen. It is way to speak like that. We can able to understand the language. No, right? So, if I'm an Indian, I know the Telugu language, Hindi language, English language. These all language can be in the encoding process and message and sender. See, these can types of improvement or learn in the elements of communication process. In simple words, the decoding means we can able to understand the particular thing. How the American people speak. Yes, what's it is mad if you. So, like they speak like that. So, if the Indian means Namaste, where you are going, it is a communication happening in their decoding process. The people are which can able to understand. So it is called as a decoding process. So next we are going to learn about the media. Yes, many people are saying that media means TV9, TSAT, so many medias are there like that. But in these elements of communication, we are going to learn about the media means this all are included. The sender is related to the receiver and message is related to the feedback and encoding process is related to the decoding process. This all the mediums and all this interface is called as media. And media is also in the letter type and also in the cell phones. Like this many processes will be go. See, my brother got a letter by the Delhi. So it is in a message type and also in the media type. So they are giving an information to us. So it is called as a media. So next we are going to learn about the receiver. Yes, what receivers do? Yes, the sender which can give the information is going to the receiver in this process. See, I am the sender. You are the people are receiver. So, it can happening by the listening the words. So, I want to sing a song that thanks for all the joy they are bringing. Who can live without it? I'm asking all on a street. What will I be without the song or a dance? What will be? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me, for giving it to me. Habitat, the habitat, the habitat, habitat. Trees and birds, a living place. It's called so called the things. So who is the sender here? Yes, I am the sender. Who is the receiver here? You people are receiver who have listened my song. So in these elements of communication like sender, message, encoding, decoding, media, receiver, feedback. There are 7 types of elements of communications are present. So in day-to-day life, we have to know what is the communication and the process. So next we are going to learn about that. See the relationship of elements of communication process. See, sender is a relationship between receiver, encoding to the decoding and message to the feedback, and lastly all the cover parts is included in the media. How the media is useful to us. So it is an interface to all the things what we are happening. So next, in our day-to-day life we have questioning all the thoughts and all the questions like what are the elements of communication? Already we have discussed, right? So what is the first enemy of communication? How do you improve the communication skills? These many questions are there, no elements of communication process. So first, what are the elements of communication? Means the sender, receiver, message, encoding, decoding, media and feedback. These all are things included in the elements of communication. So, what are the first enemy of communication? Yeah. Noise is the first enemy of communication. See, when I was going to the forest, I meet a lion. I speaking with the lion that, hey, you're not the tallest comparing to the giraffe. You're not the loud voice comparing to the elephant. You're not the fat, right? So, the lion replies to me that, I have brave and I have confidence to do. So, I was the king of the jungle. So, by the noise, we can do anything. So, the first enemy of communication is noise. So, we can bear anything with the noise. See, how do we improve the communication skills? We can improve our communication skills by the language, actions, speaking skills, respect and expressions. This all comes under the importance of communication and also improving the communication skills. In our day-to-day life, all the communication are improving by the technology. How the technology is useful to us. See, by phones we are communicating each other. Yes, by the doing chat in the WhatsApp, we are communicating each other. By sending all the message for one person to another person, we are communicating each other. These are the main things to be communicate each other. So, importance of communication. What are the importance of communication? Yes, we have learned about the elements of communication. In this, we are going to learn about importance of communication. Act basis of coordination and decision making. See, I want to see one example that. See, among the students and teacher, we have to be coordination, right? So, without this coordination, we can do anything. Okay. See, how the decision is making. Means we have to be particular thing in that. So, we have to take a proper decision what we are going. I am a 10th class student. I want to take next year MPC or BPC. I am thinking like that. So, we have to give a particular and proper decision making by the coordination of actors basis. So, example, I was a student of this society. So, we can able to understand what the proper thing. We have to take a better decision to make all the proper particular things. So, we have to go through with the act basis of coordination and making decision perfectly. So, it is a point in the importance of communication. How that helps in smooth working of enterprise? Yes, it can help to us in the smooth way. See, my father always say me that don't do dance or concentrate on education. So, I'll think that, hey, always my papa say that, hey, go through that. So, like that I'll be in the depression. So, we have to help to others in the smooth manner. So, by these, the importance of communication is help to us in the smooth working and enterprise. So, we can able to understand that by going to the jobs or interview, we have to speak in the smooth manner. It can able to help to us in everything proper. And next we are going to learn about the increases managerial efficiency. So, it is an example that smooth way. And by including these importance of communication, it can able to increase our managerial efficiency. Means the messenger giving all the things and manager also gives some product to others, right? So, we can able to understand what the manager is saying to me. How the teachers taught you to lessons. Like that we can able to increase our managerial efficiency. Like that by these elements of communication and also importance of communication, we can able to increase our managerial efficiency without the fear, and we have to be very confident when we are speaking. So, next, establishment of effective leadership. Yes, as I am a vice captain of my institution. So, the leadership should be there like command and respect all the things, and sometimes you have to be in the smooth manner also. See, when example, sister, please can you give me some water? Means I am commanding to her. We should not do like that. Please sister, can you give some water to me? Please sister, can you give some anything important to me? So, like that we have to ask in a proper way. And it is established of effective leadership. So, we can able to be in the smooth manner what we are speaking. So, we have to be very confident when we are speaking. Next, boost morals and provide motivation. See here, boost morals and provide motivations means I don't know how to do running. So, all the crowd people are there in front of me. My friends are encouraging me. Pallavi, go, run. Means I'm getting boost in my body. So by that motivation, I'm getting a boost in my body. So I got first prize in that running competition. Means the importance of communication is learning to me that boost morals and provide motivations to us. So by this we can able to be in the number 1 position. By this importance of communication, act base is also important in our day-to-day life. So see, coordination among the group. Yes, all the teachers are there in the people. So they have coordination among the group. Means they are discussing all the things what they have learned in the previous, like coordination and decision making and smooth working to help the enterprise and increases managerial efficiency, establish effective leadership, boost morals and provide motivation. Yes, I want to say one point that nowadays the people are attracting for the Telugu songs, right? See, like Ramulo, Ramula, like songs that are implement, and it is an important thing. Means all the people are attracting for that subject. Means but that voice and dance. So in our day-to-day life, we have to attract like that. Means we have to be coordination and we have to be everything in the perfect manner. This improvement of communication is importance to us. So importance of communication is essential in our day-to-day life. Without the communication, there is no life, right? So the communication is started by the birds and all the things. So we have to communicate one person to another person, means we are calling in the phones. So like that, in our day-to-day life, we are speaking in a smooth manner way. So coordination among the group. Next, we are going to learn about the skills of communication. How the skills of communications happens in the communication? Yes, speaking, confidence, volume and clarity, empathy and respect expressions. These can improve our skills of communication by speaking each other and confidence and levels, be brave and bold, and volume, clarity and empathy and respect each other by the expressions. These all important in the skills of communication. When we are going to the other countries for the interview, we have to must remember this all the things. So it can able to understand what the person is saying. See, whether there is no clarity in the voice, which can able to understand? No. So we have to be clarity and confidence and speaking skills, expressions like that in the smile. And also types of communication. See, in these types of communication, interpersonal communication and mass communication, satellite communication. So types of communication, interpersonal communication means it is a face-to-face communication. These process have in the exchanging of one person to another person and at the face-to-face communication. Next, mass communication. Yes, mass communication means rash communication. No, mass communication means it is happen with the two person and also in the smooth manner. So it can able to understand the large number of people. So next is satellite of communication. Yes, in our day-to-day life we are using more technology, right? So the satellites help to us to give the more information. So in the satellite of communication, we can able to understand that radio is help to us and televisions also help to us, telephones also help to us. These all the including in the satellite communication. These are the types of communication in interpersonal communication, mass communication and satellite communication. So we have to learn about these all the things. The communication is most important to us. Without the communication there is no life, right? So in our day-to-day life we have to communicate each other by in the smooth manner and help each other by the communication, and all the things under comes in the types of communication and also skills of communication. So I want to say that in our day-to-day life without the communication there is no life. So we have to communicate in the proper way, and communication has started from the birds and now the people are giving the technology to others by the communicating these all the types and interpersonal communication. All the things has come under the communication. So elements of communication is also important. So see, elements of communications are 7 types. First one is sender, message, encoding, decoding, media, receiver and feedback. These all comes under the elements of communication. See, we have to be communicate means these process of important. How the oxygen is important to us. So like that elements of communication are also important. So by these we have to understand that without the communication there is no life. So how the oxygen is important to us, communication also important. Without the oxygen there is no life. So by that without the communication there is no life. So I want to say that without the communication there is no life. We have to communicate means every person to be very active and all the things should be we have to know all the languages. So everything we have to know about the communication. These elements of communication, importance of communication, improvements of communication, skills of communication, we have to know like that. So how the song is popularity, you have to be popularity by the communication. Without the communication there is a life? No. Without the communication there is no life to us. By that we can also be active and we have to be actions also. By that we have to show the symbols of the all the people and we have to be very confident when we are speaking in the elements of communication. So in this process we are going to learn about these elements of communication. There are 7 types of elements of communication, how the communication is important to us. So by these I want to conclude that elements of communication is necessary in our day-to-day life. How the oxygen is important, like that elements of communication is important. So thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity and thank you for TSAT channel and Social Welfare Society. Perfect.
టీచర్స్ వస్తుంది